Hi, everyone. My name is Amir Hoffman, but I'm going to present myself in a second, and also the team that has joined me for this webinar. This is hopefully one of many attempts that we're going to have client webinars. It's a new series that we are starting today. This is going to be the first one, part of an overall attempt to get Papaya closer and closer to customers. I think all of you that are following Papaya for some time, most of your customers already see the expansion that we have, the growth that we have. And as part of that, we're also trying to do more and more things. This webinar is one of the initiatives to show additional products, additional services, additional enhancement, new things that are coming up at Papaya, and this is going to be the first one. The idea, as you all know, is also we have a strong potential in the company and things that we are expanding, and I want you guys to see it. We're also going to record this session. So for those of you that have missed it, you can also later on follow up on it. We're going to have a Q&A at the end. And also at the end of the session, we're going to have a survey sent, and if we would appreciate if you can fill it up as well. I'm going to relate to that at the end. For myself, I'm heading the account management team in EMEA, and I have two colleagues with me that will be presenting, Eran and Yael, and they will also present themselves. Maybe Eran can start also already in this slide just to present himself, and Yael will do the same, and then we dive in.
Hi, I'm Eran. I'm a director of product management in Papaya, and I'm going to talk today about the vendor payment.
Yael, can you present yourself?
Hi, everyone. I'm Yael. I'm a proud member of the product team. I'm going to talk about our support system.
Excellent. So let's dive in. I think Yael will start. As I said, before we even start, I know that some of you will not be able to join. I know you have some colleagues that didn't join. So the session will be recorded, as I said, to begin with. And we're going to make an attempt here to show you quite a lot of content. Some of you will have questions also during the demos that we will show. So just bear with us with a question towards the end. We'll have time for that, and then we'll cover those as well. Go ahead, Yael.
Thank you so much, Amir. Hi, everyone. Me again. So as I mentioned, I'm going to present Support 360 that you probably know. It's been launched at April 2024, so over a year ago. And it's basically this one-stop shop for everything that is support. We have support articles, we have our knowledge base, you have there the ability to open support tickets and also track them. And since it was launched, it became one of our most used features. And we constantly work on improving it. And you are our partner in this. So it was really important for us to have this direct communication with you to show you everything we've changed, enhanced. We've listened to you in our voice of customer session, in our one-to-one sessions. And we have this ongoing feedback back and forth. And I want to present everything that we've enhanced thanks to these sessions. So, Amir, would you mind sharing the presentation or Ran?
Yeah.
Thank you. I want to dedicate the time that I have with you today to focus on two main enhancements, and these are big ones. So the first one, we know that a lot of the interactions that you have with Papaya is asking questions regarding global payroll and payments and how to on the platform. Now, we do have this robust knowledge base and support resources, but we know that you can't always find the time to dig in and look for these answers. That's why we decided to leverage AI and give you this immediate answers for your questions. And when it comes to Papaya support, it will save the time for you waiting for our support team to reply in areas you can actually handle yourself, self-service, no tickets, no need for us to weigh in. It's supposed to improve your experience in Papaya. That's the first thing we're going to talk about. And then the second thing is that we know you're still going to need to open tickets, and it's unavoidable. So the AI will also help you create these accurate tickets, since the more accurate the ticket is, the faster it will likely to be resolved. And we also enhanced everything that you've asked for to track and manage your support tickets more easily. So let's dive in. I'm going to share my screen now and show you how it looks. It's live. All right, one sec. This is my screen. All right, so you know our Papaya platform, and here is our Support 360. As you can see, you have a new AI icon here. On the top, you have a new frame called 360 AI. And on the bottom is everything you already know. We didn't remove or reduce anything. We only added more. So how can you use 360 AI? You have three main paths that you can go. First of all, so let's say your company wants to expand her services and you want to open a new entity in Spain. And you, as the payroll, payment, HR expert in your company, you want to understand what it means to hire and pay workers in Spain. Let's start exploring this. So I'm going to ask the 360 AI, what are the standard working hours in Spain? The chat will go and check all of our resources, or all of our current resources, our knowledge base, our support system, everything that we have, and will analyze and give you the best possible answer. Since it will take a few seconds, and since we don't have a lot of time, I did prepare it in advance, so you can see here the answer you got. So, for example, working hours in Spain, you get all of this information screened out, summarized, so you can know everything you need to know about this specific request. And you can even dive in more and enter our knowledge base. This is a great time to really remind you. And if you're not using this, I think this is a great opportunity to talk about this a bit more, our knowledge base. As far as we know, it's the world's most comprehensive database for global payroll and payments. So if you want to dive in, if you want to go in and see more about maternity leaves and working hours and everything you need to know, it's even divided for general information, ER, payroll, everything you need to know about each way to hire different workers, different employees, our knowledge base. So going back here, you have your summary, you have your knowledge base link. Next up, I can continue on asking more questions, but I want to show you something I already did. Here, for example, you get your immediate answers for your questions, no waiting, no tickets, no monitoring, but you might want to circle back to it a bit later. You asked all these questions, but you don't remember the answers. This is why you have your chat history. So going in here, you will see all the conversation that you've had with the AI 360, and you can even edit the title for it to be more convenient for you to follow up on that. So let's go into one of the conversations that I just had, and it's the Spain information. This is maybe something, no, this one is good. So I'm going back to the information in Spain, and I can even continue the conversation from here. Okay, so you can go back to your chat history and continue the conversation, reuse it, reopen tickets that I'm going to show you in a second. That's the first way to use our 360 AI. Second, and this is more focused on how to work with the Papaya Global platform. This is great if you're new to Papaya platform, but even if you've been with Papaya for, ages, and you feel like you really know Papaya, it's likely that you've missed some of the features we released, since we release features on pretty much a weekly basis, and it's really hard to keep track. So even if you know Papaya, you know how to work with it, it's likely that some of the features that you know got a whole lot easier with time. So I would recommend all of you to try this one out. I'm going back to my main screen, and I'm going to ask, how do I add a new user to my account? This is something internal. It's not a compliance question. It's how to work with Papaya. Now, again, this will look for an answer, and it got me this quick answer, I think within like 5 seconds. And as you can see, this is one type of answers that you're going to get. This is the easiest one. You just get a link. It tells you exactly where to go. This is what you need to do, and it's very straightforward. Add new user. This was my question, right? I'm going to press an add new user, and I can invite more users. But if I'm not sure, the support article will be right here. This is one type of answers that you might get. Another type of answer will be a more elaborate summary and also a link to the support article. So here again in the chat history, let's say I got one here. I think I prepared one in advance. Right here. Okay. So I wanted to do, how do I prove my payments, for example? So I got this answer. I have a tutorial waiting for me here, and everything I need to know about this specific question is right here. So this is the second capability. So the first one, information about compliance, regulation, local, everything we know as experts in global payment and payroll. And the second one is how to use Papaya. This will support you on doing actions yourself. You are free to use this platform, and you don't need us for a lot of actions. So it will make your experience so much more independent, so much easier, self-service in a lot of areas. That was the second capability. And now we have the third, last but not least, third capability. So obviously, as I mentioned in the beginning, it's unavoidable to need to open support tickets from time to time. So assuming the first and second option I just presented won't cover what you need, you will need to open a support ticket. And the first rule of support tickets is the more accurate the ticket will be, the faster it will be resolved. And we know we have so many categories and subcategories to select from in Support 360, and it's hard to find the right one. And in many cases, we see you're choosing other, and it makes sense, but it would necessarily make your ticket inaccurate. And you'll probably find yourself receiving this reply from their support team saying, okay, we need this and that to get more information to close your ticket. So you want to get the most accurate ticket. And how do you get there? Let me show you. I've asked about my year-end documentation. Okay, I need them. I got information about how I can retrieve that, but maybe I have this special request regarding my year-end files, documentations. So I said, I want to open a ticket for that. And then based on everything I've provided in this, in this chat, the agent will suggest this ticket. It will say, what's the description, the category, the subcategory. Ask me if this information is correct. Now, if I say yes, open a ticket, it will not immediately open the ticket. It will present the ticket as a form that is filled and is ready to be sent. And I can review it and edit it as far as I find it. Like if I find some changes, if I want to open it for a different, I forgot something. So you can review it and then you can submit your request. That's the third capability for opening tickets with 360 AI. Now, this is already live and you can start using it right now. We saw some of you are already reusing it, and we really hope that this will increase and enhance your experience with our 360 Support Center. So that's the first part of my presentation. And I promise the second part is going to be much shorter, but very efficient. So let's move on to the second part. And that will be about how to track your tickets more efficiently. Sorry?
While we are moving to the second part, I just want to mention quickly to the participants that you are able to post questions in the chat section, which we will relate to later on the Q&A section. So while you're hearing everything from Yael later on from Iran, please, if you have questions, just note them down here in the chat, and then we will relate to them at the end. I will relate to them one by one towards the end. Please continue, Yael. Sorry for interrupting.
Thank you so much. I mean, no, you're absolutely right. So we just discussed how to create a really accurate ticket, so Papaya will handle it quicker. But we know how important it is to have an easy way to track your tickets on your end. So we got this feedback from you and we took it very seriously. So we have two ways to see these enhancements. The first one is for each ticket you'll open, you have your subject line. It's pre-filled. It has the category and subcategory for this ticket, but you would probably like to change the title for something that will be more familiar. For example, year-end tax documentation for Jose, I don't know, the person that you are doing this for. So you can change it as you please. This will change the title for the ticket in both the emails and in your request portal that I will present in a second. So that will make life kind of easier. That's one part of that. Secondly, here in the selection of projects, you can select for most tickets multiple projects. So let's say you've opened so far, until about a month ago, you would open tickets for multiple projects, let's say 10 projects. And for some projects, the issue was resolved, and for some, it wasn't resolved. So it's really hard to keep track on what was resolved and what wasn't resolved. What we changed right now is once you open tickets for multiple projects, it will open multiple tickets. So you can see what was resolved, what's still open. You might have more questions and back and forth on one project, but the rest are done. So you have a very good visibility for that. So just for you to know, if you're going to press on all projects, and you have 50 projects, it will open 50 tickets. That's why we've opened the other option. Other means I have just a general question about this issue. It's not related to a specific project. So you can open the ticket and it will open to your account manager with all the details that you have provided. So that's how you're going to use other. Next, this is the submission of project. This is how you can improve your visibility. And now I'm going to go back to your request portal. Okay, so you want to monitor your tickets after you've submitted them. Entering your request portal will show you all of the tickets you have submitted, all of the tickets let me show you the tabs actually. These are your open tickets. These are the closed tickets that you have submitted. And if you are an admin or a payroll manager, you can also see the tickets of your entire company, your entire organization in Papaya. So this is something that only admins can do. And if you don't have these roles, you can only see these two. But anyone who can submit a ticket can view this portal. Secondly, so you can see here the tickets that I've submitted. And here, for example, you see that I've opened a ticket for 2 projects. You can see that it opened at the same time for 2 different projects. So that's what I mentioned in monitoring projects. That means this one is, I submitted this once, but I have 2 tickets to monitor. Let's dive into one of the tickets I've created so you can see the internal view on your ticket. And this will be very, very helpful for any one of you finding tracking tickets within emails challenging. This will still appear in emails, but this is how we recommend for you to follow up on your tickets. So I just pressed on one of the lines of my tickets, and I can see all the information of my ticket right here on the top. But now you can also see who's the Papaya owner currently holding this ticket. So you don't need to go into your contacts in Papaya and ask, wait, what's going on with my ticket? You know that Samantha is the person to talk to. But not only that, you can communicate directly with Samantha right here. You can post your reply just as you answer emails. For the support emails, you can answer it right here. And this will appear right here in the feed. The feed is everything that happened to your ticket, all of the conversation that you had. It will start with the initial email that you received once you opened that ticket, and then you will see the replies. And when you post here, you can see the reply you have posted. That will make it so much easier. You don't need to search your email for this chain. It's right here. I talked about many things. I would love to go back to the slide deck and show you, just to sum up everything we've just discussed, the 2 parts. So the first part was about our Support 360 agent. Guys, can you share the...
Yeah, I'm sharing it now.
Perfect. Thank you so much. So the 3 ways you can use our 360 AI. 1, you can have an instant accurate answers for global compliance and regulation questions. So questions that you have regarding this, just ask our AI. Secondly, and again, I recommend to anyone, even if you feel like you know Papaya like the back of your hand, try and use this. You will probably be surprised how to do this and that action. It will lead you to the best possible way. And if you still need to open a ticket, use that, so it will be pre-filled and the most accurate ticket you can get. That was the first part. The second part we've discussed is how you can manage your tickets better. You can change your subject line to view the title and know it by heart. You can select multiple tickets and you will multiple project and you will see multiple tickets. Afterwards, when going to your support portal, your requests portal, you can see all the tickets you have submitted. And if you're admin or payroll managers, you can all payment manager, sorry, you can see all of your company's tickets and track them. You can enter each of these tickets and you can continue the conversation from there. See who owns it, comment, and view your entire feed. This is what we did so far. Thank you so much for giving us this feedback. It really helped us move this feature forward, and we would love to get your feedback now again. And any questions at the end, as Amir mentioned, and I'm still here. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you, Yael, so much. I mentioned for some of you that saw this a bit run through a bit faster than planned, and of course we covered it as quickly as we can in this specific webinar. But this session, as I said, is recorded for those of you that want to see it again, and there will be a visual enhancement for also per the questions coming in. But now we're going to move to Eran, and you can cover the second part.
Hello, everybody. Hi, my name is Eran, and I'm a Director of Product Management in Papaya. And today I'm going to talk about, to show you how you can easily and quickly set up the ability to pay vendors globally in 160 countries. Basically, with the existing setup that you already have set up in your payroll platform, I will show you how in 5 minutes you can set up a new organization on our new payment platform, and from there immediately start paying vendors worldwide with a few clicks of a button. Let's get started. So I'll share my screen. Okay, so I will start with on our payroll platform. From our payroll platform, in order to create new organizations for you on a new payment platform, and from there to pay the vendors, you just need to select this new option. And from here, you need to select the Payment OS option. I'm already set up, so I will see here a different notification. But when you click on it, you'll just need to click on to accept the button, and then it will automatically open for you. Will set up and automatically open for you our new payment platform organization that was set up for you. So once you click the button, it will open for you a new tab on our payment platform. And here you basically need to do 3 things in order to start making payments to vendors. It's very easy and straightforward. The first thing that you need to do is go into the wallet section and set up a new wallet for you. Now, you already passed the KYC processes for setting a wallet, so it's already, all the entities that you already set up within Papaya are already ready for you. So you just need to click this button, select the legal entity that you want to pay from to this wallet, the currency, and to provide the wallet the name. And that's it. Once you do this, your wallet is up and ready, and you can start funding your wallet as you used to with your regular Papaya wallet. After setting up the wallet, the second thing that you need to do is to create the vendor. To create the vendors, you go into the beneficiaries. You select here, add a new beneficiary, a single beneficiary. In this option, you obviously need to select the vendor option. You select the details about the vendors. I'll just pick, for example, Germany. After you selected the country of the vendor and the currency that you want to pay it, you need to fill the form about the specific format about the vendors. Notice here that we added additional questions that are relevant specifically for vendors, like the nature of the business, the reasons for the payment, etc. And at the bottom, the last section, you need to fill the banking details of the vendor. So obviously, because you want to pay them. After you fill the information and you save the form, basically it goes into our compliance team, and our compliance team reviews the details, and within 1 business day, they will approve all the vendors that you created. So after you created the vendor, the last thing that is left is obviously to pay the vendor. In order to pay the vendors, you just go here into the payment section. In the payment sections, we have what we call pay groups. Pay groups is just a logical grouping of your payments. It's like a folder of payments of how you want to organize them. You can create a payment group with just 2 clicks. You just give it a name and assign it to a specific wallet that you opened. After you created the pay group, you just go into it. You select the payment group. And to pay the vendor, you click here, this option, Add Payment. You select the vendor that you want to pay. You fill all the details about the amount, obviously, the currency that you want to pay the vendor. It's very important that on the payment purpose, you'll select here a vendor. This is very critical because of our compliance requirement. Here, you need to fill the remittance info, the description that the vendor will see on the bank statement. And then after you fill all the details, you just click here, Add Payment to create the payments. Once you create the payment, you'll see it immediately here in our UI, and obviously you need to, the admin role needs to approve the payment. They can do it from here. They can select the payment and approve it from here. There is a button. Here they can just approve the payment from here, or if there are like a lot of payments, they can approve all of them in one click with the approve all. And that's it. Your payment is ready to be sent out to the vendor globally. And you can see also in real time the status, the monitoring, the status of the payments. You can see how many are waiting approval, how many are scheduled processing, obviously then sent and paid. Yeah, and that's it. So just to recap, after you created the payment organization with 3 easy steps, you can start immediately paying vendors. You need to first thing is you need to set up the wallet. After that, you define the vendor under the beneficiary option. And the last thing is that you go into the payment and you create the payment for the vendors. And that's it. Thank you.
Thank you, Ron. Excellent. We can just put the deck again.
Yeah, so
I think it's a good indication already on the advanced. I hope you can hear me now. Yes, we are switching between computers. I was just saying that I hope it's becoming visible the importance of these kind of webinars, because you have a chance to go through the demos and hear firsthand about new features. And especially when they are recorded, you are able to dive into them later and ask additional questions. We will cover some questions in this webinar. We take selected ones and I will mention them in a second, but thanks, Eran, for doing the session, also for Yael before that. I'm going to cover some questions now in our Q&A. Some of you have sent questions already. And then, of course, I'm going to refer to some of you for the answers. We'll start with that. First question, would the responses come through from a generic email address or from the nominated person assigned to the deal with the request? This is a question for you, Yael.
Great. Great question. It's going to be from a generic email. Oh, am I still on mute? Can you hear me?
Okay.
I'm okay. I'm not muted. I hope you can hear me.
Yeah, we can hear it.
Okay, great. Okay, so this is a great question. It's going to be a generic email, and we all want it to be a generic email because you don't want an individual person having this in their individual email. They might be sick, they might be out of office. We want to be able to move the ticket from person to person. So yes, it's a generic email, but it's still assigned to a specific person who works with the dashboard and knows that this is the ticket they need to handle.
Appreciate it. Let's ask a question for Eran. Are there any restrictions on paying vendors?
Yes, so we have basically the regular restrictions that you have also for payroll payments. Basically for sanctioned countries and risky industries, obviously it's not allowed to send out to vendors like to countries like Russia or Syria.
Excellent, appreciate that. Another question for Yael: how up to date is the database info? So if we ask a Chat AI, How likely is the info that we get up to date? And we are not required to do further research.
Okay, so we have a designated team in Papaya managing that. Their entire work is to manage the database, updating it. We get all of this information from our partners, and once they provide this information and update us, it will be updated in the knowledge base. So as I mentioned, it's one of the most comprehensive databases for payroll and payments in the world, and we work very hard to keep it posted, to keep it updated as much as possible. So I hope that answers your question.
Appreciate that, yeah. Let's ask another question for Iran. Can we schedule bulk payments across time zones to land on the same date?
Yes, absolutely. So there is an option there to upload the payments in bulk. You select the multiple upload option when you in the payment, and then you can download our template. You just fill obviously the amounts for each vendor and the date that you want the payment to land, and you just upload the payment file, and that's it. You can do it in bulk very easily.
Appreciate that. Hope it's clear. Another question for Iran. Are there any restrictions on paying vendors?
No, so apart of the sanctioned countries and industries, no. Oh yes, there is the entity restriction. Is that currently we support vendors because of compliance only from entities that are based that your company's entity has to be based under EU or UK. For the other jurisdictions, currently payment vendors are not supported.
Excellent. Another question for you, Iran. Do our vendors need to do KYC?
You're both muted, guys. The question that I showed you that you need to fill when you set up the vendor, like the type of industry, etc. These are the only questions that you need to fill in order to start paying vendors, and the vendors don't need to do an extra work of do additional KYC. So it's like I said, it's very easy and straightforward. With a few clicks, you can start making payment to vendors worldwide in 160 countries and 130 currencies that Papaya supports.
Appreciate that. Okay, well, if if there will be additional questions coming in just in 1 or 2 minutes, of course, we'll respond to them, and otherwise we will refer to them afterwards. But I hope you enjoyed the session, the first session that we did over here. There will be additional webinars. So of course, we are thankful for you attending this session. I hope you enjoyed the first one we have. The surveys that will be sent to you are very important to us also for improving and for the fact that we are planning to do additional webinars like these. This one was the first, and it was a bit quick and short, but there will be additional ones coming. So please respond to our surveys, and we thank you for joining today.
Thank you for joining.
Thank you, everyone.